Alright, y'all, real quick. This is a certified cache re-upload. This is a re-upload. A lot of the stuff in this video is probably outdated, the audio is probably trash, and the editing is probably not that good either. So please go into this video with that in mind. YouTube, I re-uploaded my video. Please do not take it down. Alright, now on to the video.
Alright, so before I start this video, I want to get a couple things out of the way. All the gameplay is from Gamer's Little Playground because no way in hell was I about to record 20 hours worth of gameplay just for some cutscenes. Alright, so shout out to Gamer's Little Playground. The links to all the gameplay that I use will be in the description. Alright, on to the video.
Alright y'all, what's up? It's AMICIA here. Today I'm going to be doing an in-depth review on Plague Tale Requiem, talking about its story, gameplay, and flaws. This was one of the bigger yet very unknown indie games that came out this year and that came out on Game Pass. So I wanted to take a look at it, shed some light on the game and give my thoughts on it. But anyways, let's get started. So first I want to talk about the story, and I'm pretty much going to summarize the entire story for y'all. The first game and the second game. So get your popcorn, get your snacks, get your drinks, because this is going to be a very long part. And it should be obvious that there's going to be spoilers. So if you don't want spoilers, skip this chapter. I don't know. Anyways, so let me start talking about the story. In Plague Tale, there's a lot of things that just happen at the same time. So you are going to have to pay attention a little bit. Anyways, let's start with the beginning. You're AMICIA. You're with your dad and your dog. And your dog gets swallowed up by the earth. Lord have mercy. Anyways, later an army comes in looking for your little brother, and your dad gets killed by that army. This army is part of the Inquisition, and the Inquisition is looking for your little brother Hugo. Now you don't know a lot about Hugo because you've never really seen him too much because your mom is always gatekeeping him. Because Hugo has like migraines or something. You don't really know right now. So you and Hugo link up and are trying to escape the Inquisition. And while you're escaping, your mom gets killed. Or so you think. We'll get back to that later. And so you and Hugo escape to a nearby town. This town is pretty plague-ridden, and most of the people in this town are dead. Or just very sick. And once you two walk into town, suddenly all the town villagers seem to hate you. I think it was because you're the only people that aren't sick. I don't remember. Anyways, so AMICIA and Hugo find some old sick guy that had information on an alchemist that they were supposed to look for. Did I tell you that they were supposed to look for an alchemist? Yeah, so AMICIA's mom told AMICIA to find some alchemist or something. So you find some guy that knows him. He talks a little bit more about the plague. Then you go inside a little bunker with him to get some. I don't remember. And then you see the rats for the first time.
No! Wait! The knife! Mama, no! The knife!
So later on, you're still trying to find the alchemist, and of course you're getting pursued by an army, and you also have to get around the rats. And Hugo is still having constant migraine. And then later you finally find the alchemist. His name is Laurentius. Also, once you meet him, he just kind of dies right there. He's not very big on hospitality, I guess. And so you take Lucas, who was the alchemist apprentice. Now he's basically part of your posse. Anyways, a lot later in the game, you get imprisoned by some army. Not the Inquisition, a different army. And you find a couple thieves that help you escape, and one of them will also be a part of your group for a while. Later you find a castle to use as a hideout, and then later you decide to go to this town, to go to some university to find some book so that you can fix Hugo. Now I know that was a lot to take in. I said a lot of words. I don't really do well with words, I'm gonna be honest with you. So I'm gonna do a quick recap so that you all are on the same page. Your mom is dead. Your dad is dead. You're with Hugo. You see the rats for the first time. You find an alchemist that can help, but then he dies. Then you just take his apprentice. Then you get captured. Then some people let you out, and you get another friend in your group. Are we on the same page? Alright, now let's continue. Now you have to go into a university inside a town so that you can find a book that can supposedly help Hugo. Because remember, Hugo is having migraines and stuff like that. Anyways, you go inside this university and you find the leader of the Inquisition. He is some priest guy. So you find some priest guy that believes that with Hugo and the book, he can save the world. Now, how he thinks he's gonna save the world, we'll get back to that in a couple minutes. Also, side note, you get this guy in your hideout too. Anyway, skipping a lot of stuff later, Amicia seems to have some type of acid trip, and during that, Hugo, being the extremely smart person he is, finds some random Inquisition soldier and was like, you know where my mommy is? He's like, damn, I just hit the jackpot. So now Hugo is kidnapped in the little church/university thing. And now you play as Hugo, and you find out that the priest dude was excommunicated by the Pope because he's doing some weird stuff like injecting heroin into himself. But man, that's just typical things, bro. El Pope for real. But anyways, later Hugo finds his mom inside that university thing, and they both get intercepted by the priest dude, who, by the way, the priest dude's name is Vitalis, so we're just gonna call him that for the rest of the video. And so Vitalis intercepts them, and they have to fight a little horde, then they lose. Skipping a little bit, like 1 month later, Hugo has joined the dark side, and now is Vitalis' best friend, and they come and raid the little castle that Amicia was in. They killed the thief's brother, and then after that, the group, including Hugo, they put all their hands together, they do the little super squad, and they decide that they're gonna raid the church, go inside the church, and then kill Vitalis. And that's what they do, they end up killing Vitalis.
Hugo! Calm down. It's over.
And that's basically the end.
Alright, so while editing, I realized that I forgot to talk about Vitalis' plan. So basically, he wanted to use Hugo's blood, the heroin that he was injecting, to control his own rats, the white rats. Using the white rats, he would eliminate the black rats. Wait, hold up, we're still talking about rats?
Alright, so now we're finally done with Plague Tale Innocence. Now we gotta start with the new game, Plague Tale Requiem. I'm never gonna get that name right. Anyways, now throw away all the knowledge that you had about Plague Tale Innocence, except for Hugo and the rat, because everything else becomes irrelevant. Church, the priest, the white rats, all of that, it's all irrelevant now. So, you start the game with Hugo, Amicia, Lucas, and your mom. After you piss off some farmers, you decide to go to this little town. So apparently there's an order that lives in this town that can supposedly heal Hugo. So you go into the town, you know, it's a cool town, it's such a little town, you know, and you set out trying to find the order dude with Lucas. So you go through this restricted area. Now that's kind of sus. Why is there a huge restricted area, like a whole village restricted? That's a little weird. Anyways, you sneak in that area and guess what? Everyone is dead by plague. So you go a little further and your good old friends, the rats, reappear.
Can you stand up?
Trying to...
Please don't hurt me!
Calm down! We're not with those men! You live here?
Yes! What do they want with me?
Come to us! We have to go back up! The sun will protect us!
Calm down. You'll see from the light. All right. Where do they come from? There's more coming.
A lot more. Keep moving!
There's too many. Don't stop.
Ignore them! Keep moving!
Anyways, you get to that order guy, and you take him home with you. The order guy, his name is Verdun, by the way. He's a real dick, you know, he's pretty stuck up, very annoying. But Amicia just has this irrational hatred for him. I don't know why, she just hates him so much. Like, yeah, I know he's annoying, he kinda sucks, but like, she wants to kill him. Calm down. So later, while Amicia and Lucas are out, Lucas gets captured by some guards because of sneaking around, and then Amicia just goes completely crazy. She goes in, and while saving Lucas, she kills like 15 guards for no reason, and then she gets captured. Now, even though I glossed over this part pretty quickly, this event is very important for the rest of the game. Why? Because it gives the game an excuse for constant conflict, as you'll be getting into fights with other soldiers just because of this event, again and again and again. But anyway, what is Hugo up to? Well, Hugo had a dream about an island, and if he went in the water, he'll be cured of everything. So Hugo tells his dream to Amicia, and now Amicia makes it her life's mission to find that island for Hugo. So anyways, later, Mr. Verdun is having a bit of a problem with Hugo. And then Hugo summons the rats and casually destroys the city. So bing bang boom, you're on a boat with some random guy and you're taking this boat to Marseille. And Hugo's mom says that in Marseille, there'll be more order people that will be able to cure Hugo. But you know, at this point, Hugo and especially Amicia do not really like these order guys. So later, Hugo and Amicia just kind of leave so that they can go find the island. Anyways, later, Amicia has a little bit of a concussion, and Hugo finds his secret powers, which is being able to control certain groups of rats. You know, he had this power in the last game too, but I guess it disappeared from him for a while. I don't know. Plot convenience, I guess. He can also hear where people are through the rats, so there's another gameplay component for you. Also, Hugo has his own little psycho moment, because I guess psychopathism runs through this family's blood, and he's just killing everybody. Though conveniently for him, it doesn't really come back to haunt him later. But after his little psychopath episode, you meet Arnaud, who's a disgraced knight, and he becomes part of the group for a little bit. But what I love about Arnaud is that he's a complete beast. You can just tell him to go kill someone, and he kills them. It's so fun to use. Anyways, later with Arnaud, you find his pirate friend, Sophia. And then you, Sophia, and Arnaud set out to go look for Hugo's island.
So, it's about...
Yes.
I see. So beautiful. That's great. Looks like someone. Pretty shy, you know. That's why I also use tools and maps. Yes, we're here. Good to sleep. Somewhere here.
It's exactly like in my dreams. Thank you.
Alright guys, welcome to Exposition Island, because this whole island is 90% exposition. Now, I mean, to be fair, the game does a lot more showing than telling. So I'll give them credit for that, because it makes the game a lot better at doing exposition than certain other games. Halo 5, Halo 5. Anyways, during this time, Arnaud gets arrested. He doesn't get a lot of screen time. And so you, Sophia, and Hugo are going around the island finding things to do, finding a few things about the Order in Hugo. Like, for example, Hugo's descendants created the rats. Well, they didn't create them, they more like control them and stuff. It's like a curse, I guess. And the Order was doing a lot of not so good things to Hugo's descendants. Anyways, skipping a lot of things later, you kill the Countess, which is the Count's wife. You kill her because she killed your mom.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Now, why did she kill your mom? Because she believes that Hugo is the child of Embers. What is the child of Embers? Well, once again, y'all gotta strap in because there's a lot of things that happen at the same time. So the child of Embers is the island's religion, and they believe that a child is gonna come and the child is gonna lead them to victory or save them, whatever. Anyway, so the Countess kills your mom because reasons you don't really know, and Hugo goes psycho, Amicia goes psycho. They kill a lot of people. The Count is still alive though, and then you and Hugo go rescue Arnaud. That's right, Arnaud is back in the picture because Hugo suddenly remembers Arnaud and is like, oh no, they're gonna hang Arnaud. And Amicia is like, fine, I guess we'll go get him. And then they go and take Arnaud, and then they set off to sea. What's Hugo been up to this whole time? Well, after he saw his mom die, Hugo's been a little empty, to say the least. In fact, Hugo is not in Hugo's body right now. It is the macula inside Hugo's body that has been controlling him for a little bit, until Amicia manages to get Hugo back. But you know, anyways, after he saw his mom die, Hugo is now on complete demon time.
Hold up. Let him
Anyways, as I said, y'all were set out on sea, right? Well, not anymore, because the Count decided to chase you, and his boat is just faster apparently. I guess his boat had the V8 engine in it, and your boat didn't got that V8 Scat Pack Red Key engine in it. So he catches up to you, boards your boat, kills Amicia, and takes Hugo. Now, Arnaud has the bright idea of just throwing you off board, even though you can't swim, and magically you end up on the side of a beach. Now, in reality, if you did this in real life, you'd be dead. You'd be under the sea. And so Amicia's alive. They get the arrow out of her. Arnaud gives her some medicine, and then they get out. You know, they start going around trying to find some stuff, and then they encounter the Count. So now this is your final boss fight. You have to kill the Count and, you know, his army. So near the end, Arnaud finally gets the chance to kill the Count, but he dies in the process. Rest in peace, Arnaud. You were a cool character. But then right after Arnaud dies, a little explosion happens. Turns out the Count left Hugo in Marseille. Now, how did the Count get the time to put Hugo all the way over there? I don't know. But anyways, you have to go over there, find Hugo. So you go over there. The city is completely destroyed. Looks like an entire nuclear blast happened, and you have to go into this little circle thing. You have to go into Epcot in Disney World to get to Hugo. Now, a little bit later, you manage to get into Hugo's... You know, I'm not gonna say that, bro. Hugo is like 5 years old. And then suddenly, Hugo becomes Diogenes. He becomes all the Roman philosophers that you could think of. Because he starts saying some deep stuff like...
Can't see you!
Because you're still looking back.
Those birds are the only thing here! They're showing the way, aren't they?
We tried that way, Amicia, and it was a lie.
Not entirely. There was truth in it.
It was a lie, and it brought death.
People brought death! Hugo, I need a way to get you out of here!
You need new ways. Things have changed, but you're still thinking as if they haven't.
I'm trying!
Honestly, I was half expecting him to say, "Don't cry because it's gone. Smile because it happened." Like some Facebook post. And so you go around inside the ball trying to find Hugo, and then you finally find him, and he's like, "Follow me." But then wherever he goes, everyone dies. So he's like, "Dang, I really hate myself." And then Hugo finally, he's like, "Amicia, you know what you gotta do." Amicia's like, "No, I don't wanna do that. No." And then finally the game puts you in that position. You gotta finally kill Hugo. Fast forward a year later, Amicia is in a little cottage in the mountains, and being up there did a number on her hair. I don't know if she's suffering from stress, cancer. I don't know, cause her hair looks terrible now. Like, honestly, I was really attracted to that braided hair thing. Like, I ain't gonna lie, I was down bad for it. But whatever this feminist haircut is, bro, I'm not rocking with it. Anyways, the pirate girl Sophia, she comes in to link up. She's like, "Yo, what's good, Amicia?" Amicia's like, "Oh, it's good." And then they go set out to find the next carrier so that they can set up their life. It doesn't make that much sense, I'm not gonna lie. And then near the end, Amicia's like, "Hey, Sophia, give me a minute." And Sophia's like, "Yeah, it's cool, it's cool." So, Amicia, you spend like 10 minutes with Amicia, which is way too fucking long, by the way, to find Hugo's grave, or a little monument, whatever. And I guess Amicia just can't let go or something. And you know, you get to see Hugo for the last time. You don't really get to see Hugo, you get to see a bunch of stones on top of each other, but you know, the symbolism is there. Cause Hugo is as dumb as rocks. I'm really trashing on a dead kid, bro. I'm messed up. And yeah, that's the end of the game. And honestly, I've got a lot to say about this ending, man. I've got a lot to say about good and bad. So stay tuned for that. Alright, y'all, that's the end of the video. Once again, part 2 will come out eventually. I might do a different type of video before I release part 2. You know, we'll see. Once again, shout out to Gamer's Little Playground for the gameplay. Link will be in the description. And yeah, you know, if you manage to make it all the way over here, give this video a thumbs up. I think it deserves a thumbs up. Anyways, be sure to hit that like button. Be sure to hit that subscribe button. Share the video with your friends. And I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.
Trying to shine a light in this world full of sin. Whirlpool dragging us in. Don't want us to win, but we will.
I like this young man because when he came out with the phrase,
"Paint the sky blue." I made a name from the bottom. Visionaries and dreamers, underdogs know I got them. Weight of the world on my shoulder, nobody here to spot him. But real strength comes from within. Some forgot him till he rose from the dust. Or what? The US of A forgot about us, forgot about us. The lower class fighting for a way to survive. They'd rather divide. Determination strong.